everyone, my name is Faith, but you may call me Unmei. I remember back when I was a kid and I used to be absolutely terrified of scary stories and scary movies. And now I have an entire drawing series dedicated to urban legends and making them hot. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I got this comment on my first ever urban legends video about the black-eyed children urban legend. These are supposedly true stories about black-eyed children with pale skin that come up to your door and ask to come inside for help. People who have reported encounters with these black-eyed children describe experiencing overwhelming dread, intense panic, and auditory hallucinations. So, my version of the black-eyed children is going to be a little bit different. First of all, I'm going to draw one character. I ain't drawing two characters in one go, that's too much. And second of all, instead of a helpless child at the door, it's going to be a handsome man who obviously has creepy-looking black eyes just like the kids. And instead of a maternal feeling of pity and compassion for the children, it's going to be more like a seductive vibe where he has this charisma and aura and the power of pretty privilege. It's like, you know you should not be letting this weird stranger into your house, but something is pushing you to do it. Whether that something be an unholy force of evil or his pretty glittering eyes under the moonlight, it doesn't matter. Either way, he's getting inside your house. Okay, so I decided to give him a bouquet of roses just to put the cherry on top of this nightmarish encounter and to make him a little more romantic, a little more appealing for the person at the door. We're also gonna make it rain, because rain makes any scene both scarier and sexier. And in this case, it's both. Now it's time for the fun part. Line art! We're gonna start lining those eyes with my trusty dusty syrup pen. Obviously, we have to fill them in with black, give them a creepy little smirk, and dark circles under the eyes. Now let's line these fingers that are clasping around the door frame. It's a simple detail, but I feel like it adds a lot to the tension of the scene. And of course, we have to line the hair. And because he's been trekking through the rain for God knows how long, his hair is gonna be damp and have little drips of water at the ends, which I will add in later. Because right now, we gotta focus on more important things like the overall shape of the hair and how touchably soft it looks, like you could run your fingers through it like a cloud. Let's start lining these roses. And oh my god, lining all of them just took forever, so I copy and pasted some of them because work smarter, not harder. Now it's time to play Adult Coloring Book Simulator, otherwise known as Coloring in the Picture. In Procreate, they have a really easy way to color in the lines. All you have to do is literally drag the color and drop it into the lines. It's pretty much that simple. Although you do have to consider the type of brush that you're using. I use the syrup brush primarily because you can set the layer to render, and then you can just make a layer underneath and drop the colors right into the lines. It saves me so much time because I used to use the Helsinki pen, however the frick you pronounce that, and use the lasso tool to just line every single part of the drawing. And needless to say, it took forever. Alright, let's color in that gauntly pale skin. And for the roses, I decided for the leaves it would be a nice foresty green. For the actual petals, it's going to be, of course, a deep dark red. I'm just pasting in a picture for the background here because I'm admittedly very lazy when it comes to backgrounds. Okay, we have something decent going. It's time to start shading the skin and direct where the light is going to be coming from. So we're going to go for a simple backlighting scenario. Easy but very effective in most paintings. So now I'm just using the airbrush to render everything. It's not really very exciting. And obviously I must also use the lasso tool to shade, especially when it comes to drop shadows like hair and stuff. It just makes it a lot easier for me. Let's start shading in his snazzy jacket. You know, I was thinking, not all of my urban legends that I've made have been violent. Some of them are actually docile and don't hurt people. But I definitely think this would be one of the more violent ones because he definitely gives off killer, murderous vibes to me. He's kind of giving Ted Bundy if Ted Bundy were a spirit or a skinwalker. Who's to say he wasn't actually a skinwalker or spirit though? I mean, I can't disprove that he wasn't. Anyway, we're almost to the end of the drawing now. With a couple more final touches, this entity will be brought to life. And there you have it. Our black-eyed stranger is complete. So what do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments. Let's get right on to the next urban legend. Next on our list is the urban legend of Walking Sam. This creepy tale begins in the remote communities of northern Canada, where, according to legend, a tall, gaunt figure with inhumanly long limbs haunts the forests, lonely roads, and edges of towns. The real creepy part about this legend is he is said to harness your consciousness and make people with susceptible minds commit suicide. And if that wasn't creepy enough for you, he literally wears the souls of his victims underneath his arms like trophies. Now, I'm all one for a fashion statement, but that's going a bit too far in my opinion. He's gone from fetch to freaky real fast. But getting back to the drawing, I wanted to make sure I stuck true to all of these weird features that he has. For example, the strange little hat he wears, and the long spindly fingers, as well as the unfortunate souls hanging from his arm. We also have to make him a skinny legend with a snatched waist. So I'm gonna start lining his face now. Even though he doesn't have a face, well, he kinda has a mouth and a nose a little bit. Now I'm wondering how the frick he stalks his victims because he can't even see anything without eyeballs. I don't know, I read different things online saying that sometimes he's depicted without a face and sometimes he's depicted with one, so I think logic has left the building a long time ago. Alright, let's start lining this hair now. So I'm gonna give him mostly long straight hair except for the very end that's going to be curled into a weird little swirl. Because swirls are evil! So what's your guys' headcanon for this character's personality? Personally, I feel like he would be a very manipulative and devious character given the nature of his legend. I feel like both of these urban legends for this video are kind of the same personality type actually. I guess I unintentionally made a theme for this video. Looks like my subconscious made me organized for once, what do you know? Alright, so let's start filling in his hair with black, because black hair just suits the character best. Alright, now that all of the black is filled in the hair, we're going to start coloring. And the color palette for this character I limited to just black and white essentially, with some accent colors thrown in there for a little sprinkle of spice. I do end up adding a hint of blue and some red in there at the very end of the final product, but for now it's just pretty simple, 2 colors to work with. Let's use a noisy textured brush for the skin, because I bet you he's never touched moisturizer even once in his entire life. He's also very much naked right now, so we gotta give him a shirt. Adding some fraying of those threads is going to make it look a little bit more like fabric. Fraying threads, fraying. I'm saying that 3 times fast is hard. Okay, so I'm just playing around with different brushes for the texture of the hat. And obviously you should know by now I do everything in my power to avoid drawing backgrounds if I don't have to. I'm gonna put a glow behind the character, that way he'll stand out against the dark background. Let's actually start shading the skin now. I'm using the lasso tool for this because yes. So at this point, I'm simply shading in his skin, adding some red to the end of his fingers for some contrast, adding some more glow behind him, and to the little spirits down there. I also decided instead of just having his hand reaching out, it will be held out like he is sucking your soul for his collection. Because I really can't think of any other way he would take your soul other than to do something with his hands. But yeah, that about wraps up this drawing. And our walking Sam is all done. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know which one of these legends was your favorite. That's gonna be all for me today, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos and you want to see more. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.